if that'll matter.
Cool. Alright. So, introduce yourself.
Introduce me yourself.
Fine! Corissa. And when they come back, Ricky and baby August.
Jennifer.
And me, Jennifer, your host. Now let's go back over to King Thingy. So, doesn't look like... Oh, it's because I never actually unmuted it. Unmute! There we go. Okay, so, we are going to be playing a game called King's Quest today, which is a game that Corissa highly recommended. I have never played, but she has played many a time, so she is here to help me in case I get confused. And also just to observe and be like, you made that choice? Jeez. And then Ricky and baby August are in the background when they get back to observe. And there's random baby toys that you might hear throughout the thing, which will happen.
Or crying. I'm sorry for that.
That also happens, but it happens when you have a baby. So, I mean, it happens. If you're not new here, then you know it happens. You know it's a thing. So, because you have been. I just edited a video of Skyrim 4, and you, Bailey, and August were all talking at the same time.
Yeah, that can happen.
Alright, so I'm gonna click play. I guess I'll, do the first one. That sounds great. Start from the beginning. Alright. So I assume this is a WASD type of game? Oh, that's a lot more.
Played on PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
And the Xbox.
Alright, so tab goes to inventory?
Yes.
I'm just gonna move and assume that it'll tell me on the way. Okay, space doesn't do anything, so that's good to know.
Indeed. It's a very...
Okay, spacebar does indeed do something, but I had nothing to look at.
It's a very, storytelling type game. It's not...
And I was gonna point out that if anyone likes it, and maybe they don't want to get spoiled, you can stop, go to Steam. This first chapter is free. And the other 4 chapters are a whole $25, so if you decide you really like it, it's not expensive. And Krista said it's really long, depending on how quickly you play it.
Or how many times you go through the story to see the different options.
True, there's replay value. I got press S. S, 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 S. That's not quite what I was anticipating. I was expecting him to grab something from the bucket, not realizing that the bucket was already
I have not been back there in years, but it was the last place left to look.
Yeah, it definitely jumps you right into it, and then it explains a little as you go.
Gotcha. What's this thing? It's a heavy mattress that is firmly affixed to the wall. Oh shoot, never mind. Well then, found a little hole. I want to see what else is over here before I go sticking my hand in random crevices. Is that space bar to just go back up, or to look at the shiny thing up there?
I'm going to look at
Those lost wishes weren't the treasure I was
The
after.
shiny thing in my foot. Oh bye! I feel like I'm in Coraline. I'm gonna go in there and everyone has beads for eyes. Buttons, beads, close enough.
It was not exactly as I remembered it, but it wasn't all that different either.
Don't worry, you don't have to be scared of every movement yet.
No, I'm just like, I'm very, like, quick about each movement that I do, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can fall or not, so
Right.
I was just like, I don't like how easily I can just jerk to one side.
Yeah, it's more focused on than it is on like.
Two odd contraptions guarded the lost treasure. I would have to turn one and see what happened.
Question of the day, left or right?
I decided this was no time to take a nap, even though that bed looked very squishy and very comfortable.
And very heavy, apparently. Well, I wanted to do this side just because of the fact that there was a mattress over here.
Alright, left side it is.
So, mattress side it is. Ow!
And that's what would have happened if I turned the left switch. But since I am here telling this story, you already know that I pulled the right one.
So that's what happens when you die.
Gotcha.
And as you can see, it's spoiled a little bit that you are playing as
His younger
Ram.
self.
Yeah, his younger self, and he's telling the story to who you will see later. I won't spoil it for you. So
Gotcha. And I mean, I was gonna say, even if I like had clicked the right one first, I feel like it's more exciting to click the left one first.
I agree. I probably would have been like, you should click the left one just to see what happens. Just to experience.
I have no idea. I don't feel like that's the right one. Hello again.
Ah, the father has arrived. The papa. And baby August.
I don't like all these swaying beds.
How was your lunch?
Even though the bed was very
Augustine?
comfortable, this was no time to hide under the covers.
Because he just said.
Why
Wait,
are there
wait,
so many beds?
hold on, Grandpa. I don't remember this part of the story. Beds hanging from stalactites?
We'll get there, Gwendolyn. Don't worry. No detail in this story will be overlooked. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. As I treaded through the river of rumbling trundles, I feared I knew the source of that deafening wind.
There's so many beds.
Can you see it down there?
Nestled beneath a slumbering pile of teeth and claws was...
Fabled mirror.
Oh, so you remember this part of the story.
Well, dragons are my favorite.
You want to tell this part?
Yes. King Edward sent me, the greatest knight in all of Daventry, on a quest to return his stolen mirror. A gigantic, hulking beast of a dragon was the last thing in my way to... My way, too.
Add a shinier
Something
hat
else
to
down
my
there. I
collection.
wasn't expecting- Okay. I don't want to miss secrets. It's over here. I don't like the little trap hole. I'm gonna do it anyway.
I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
The waterfall looks interesting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The picture is a lot better on the PlayStation.
Is it?
Like, if-
Pikachu, no. No kidding, you're not allowed up there.
As I was saying, this was no time to take a nap.
What if I want to take a nap? I don't care if I just got up.
Volumes of old books with foreboding titles clutter the shelves of that strange bedroom.
Pikachu,
How they
try
came
to
and
go other
died.
places.
Breaking the spirit of hideous beasts. Amateur spells to impress your friends with. No books about recovering missing handles, though.
I wasn't expecting you to just be like this. What book did I need? Because I wasn't necessarily listening.
He was just reading book titles to you.
Ah, okay. And I will escape. I started thinking about random other things that didn't matter. Owie! Stabbed myself.
So, the missing handle was booby-trapped? What did you do?
Well, I used my cleverness to outsmart the trap. Then I used my cleverness to hide.
How'd you know?
Because I want to go to bed.
Hi, Augustine. You coming to Mama?
You got an arrow in your eyeball. At least I think that's where it was.
Sure does. Arrow in the eyeball.
I mean, my first thought was just to run away, but then I was like, but
never
wait,
noticed
I could
me
go to
in
bed
bed.
now.
A dragon's eye must be really hard to pierce with an arrow. At archery lessons, I can barely hit a hay bale.
It is indeed a feat only for skilled archers. I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
Shush. I'll go to
What
my
did you use to fix the broken...
Thought you just have the know-how to do it your own self. I don't know, that seems louder than a bell. You sure you don't want to hide again? Since that was rather
The dragon's chains were coiled around a gigantic switch mounted to the cave wall.
cave hall.
This cave seemed to be filled with failed adventures.
Yay, failed adventures. Alright, let's be sneaky now.
Remember this later, folks. Remember later. Yay, failed adventures.
After he briefly basked in the sun, the narcoleptic dragon went back to snoring.
I probably sleep all day too, if Amira was my only friend.
Just like my husband, he sleeps all day. Friends or no friends.
Well, there goes that.
I was trying to show you this is a puzzle.
You got distracted by your baby doll.
Okay. So essentially, there's a dragon at the end of the hallway.
Hello. Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye. This pile of bones really makes me feel like if I step on them, it makes sense for me to die. It's okay, he can't see me on this side. There's a arrow in his eye. He has a really weird looking face.
You're a natural.
He has a really weird looking face. He's got like this giant ass chin. No, not right there. You little ass. Go in. Stupid thing. Apparently you can't enter from the side of the bed like a normal person. You have to enter from the end of the bed. Like I did. I'll go on this side, there's less freaking bones. I'm glad that it's going slower for me because these controls are a little...
Honestly, no footing.
My mouse! Run! Randomly place bed. I think if I just walked over to the dragon, just like pulled the arrow out of his eye.
But yeah, that sounds like you.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like there's a wide open chance here.
The first time I played, I didn't notice the cavern on the left, so
Whoever
I did
designed
just
this
walk right
trap
up to the
thought they
dragon.
were pretty clever, but I would probably find a way to hit that unreachable
I kind of figured
switch.
that was all that would happen, but gotta find your center. Let's take this ancient Nord bow.
Do you want this, Augustine?
Sans a hand, please. Don't want that. Ew. Let's see. Space bar. Is there anything else? This direction, or is that it? Okay, that's it. This is a very wide bed. I'd say this is a very wide and sturdy bed bridge, but then it immediately buckled underneath me. Stop buckling underneath me!
Don't judge your bed bridge by its cover.
But the covers looked so clean.
Ew.
The mirror called out to me.
That's a very bright mirror sun.
A
don't know what this does, but
ridiculous
I'm doing it
feeding
right now.
contraption was cobbled together to keep the beast and probably its owner alive.
Oh, okay. Found meat!
Okay.
What does this do? What
Awesome.
am I space barring? Let go! I don't know who he's expecting to be feeding him right now, but he's not going to question it, I guess.
When you're a trained dragon.
Yeah, the prequel to this is actually How to Train Your Dragon.
That was the name of one of the books that she was telling me that.
Let me space bar this. Space bar. Excuse me, I am meat. And off I go. Now don't notice me. I thought he'd be distracted by the first piece.
You need to get the meat over there.
Was there another spot to lever? Is that this one again? What is it? Oh, that's just the How do I switch it to the other side? Isn't there only these three things I can spacebar?
Maybe there's another screen that's close by that interacts with it.
No, I think you just do it again.
Oh, okay.
How do I just do it again?
Oh. Do that.
Do I need to hop on it again then?
Oh,
Is it
no,
gonna
no,
be the
no.
same?
Okay, so no. Do it again. Instead of hopping on it, just drop it. And then hop on it going to the other side.
Wait, wait a minute.
Watch. Send it. After it hits meat, send it. And then go over there. Alright.
Oh, and then
Now you're gonna wanna hop on it. Or yeah, call the ball.
I call them all the way over there, and then I'll go to the other side. I didn't quite get the but now we can behind it, so that makes sense. There's so many beds.
Yeah, it took me like an hour to figure that out the first time I was doing it with no help or anything, you know?
Yeah?
Like, trying to figure out the directions to stand on the stupid thing. I didn't realize I needed to stand on
Yeah. Sorry, I'm taking a garbage.
You escaped with only a flesh wound.
Oh, it's just because you needed to go right away after that.
Oh, I was looking at August eating. So I was.
For the first time,
Ah!
time actually
Let me guess.
mattered.
She. Tis but a flesh wound. What? Why did it go on that side?
Let me guess.
How dare you not be the same?
Mhm.
Supposed to have the same things happen every time. Ah!
Let me
I
guess.
got
Just like
clawed!
me falling.
Just like me falling. Yep, same every time. Ah! I had to fall anyway.
Slam hard.
You're riding a mattress.
I am riding a mattress this time.
Okay, you got your shoe.
Shoot. Why is there a spiked bed? No. I am an archer. If I had a TV show, my name would be Archer. I don't want that flapping hand. I'm just gonna say. I'm so famous. I didn't think I landed. But I'll take it.
See, like, and in this room, they're like supposed to be showing off how good the graphics are. So they're like super good.
PlayStation. I mean, I'm alright. It doesn't have to be amazing. I see bed, I shoot.
I still think I like cell shading.
Hey, man. Can I shoot you in your other eye?
You are no match for me, Dad.
Right. I'm used to it being
With a magic
radioactive
mirror
TNT.
safely in my possession, I dreamt of a Daventry I would be rewarded with,
Hey, look, we're
and the
back.
kingdom it could become.
We came full circle.
What's this?
It's a good thing that my little hideaway door is still here. Oh. Somebody possessed the bell.
In that split second,
Wonder who it
I
was.
had three choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have rippling consequences.
I don't feel like I should shoot that.
So you could indeed shoot him in the eye. You also
seemed-
could shoot that thing you shoot.
That seemed a little
There's
ineffective.
one other option. Can you see it?
Well, I don't know why that lured him away. I thought that just
You
lured.
set him free, Jenny.
Oh, I thought I just loosened the chain and he was like, I can now reach you.
You set him free.
I mean, if you don't want to actually kill me, then sure, be free. I thought he was just gonna lunge forward and gobble me up.
My hands were shaking and my arms could barely grip the rope, but with the last of my strength, I climbed out of the well and headed back to the castle. Ever since the magic mirror returned, its reflections have warned the kingdom of danger, kept our family safe, and it has exposed many troublesome crumbs tangled in my beard.
Yeah. King Edward was so proud that you returned his lost treasure that he made you king. Everyone knows that part.
I have so
Now,
much beard.
can we get back to that dragon?
Gwendolyn, There is so much more to my stories than dragons. I hope this old cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim, sewn into the seams of many hidden adventures. All right, let's get back to the dragon.
Tell me everything. Like, why did you set the dragon free even though he was trying to eat you?
I set him free because, well, over the years I realized that the dragon was not the despicable, hideous beast Daventry had made him out to be. He was just a caged animal that was never shown any
I
kindness.
was just like, I want
On that
all
day,
of
I
these.
forgave the dragon for
play all
his
of these.
atrocious past.
You have such a bizarre way of making friends, Grandpa. I guess I do too. I'm known as Gwendolyn the Popular back home, but only to my stuffed bunnies.
I've always found it best to pursue friends where I can, though they don't always feel the same about me.
All
This
right,
part
you
here
two.
is
Grandpa
slightly
needs to
changed
rest.
based on what
Gwendolyn,
you chose
it's
how to
way
deal
past
with
your
dragon.
bedtime.
So now he's talking about
Because I
it's
made
all
friends
about
with
making
him.
friends,
Sleep well,
yeah,
Grandpa.
and she's
I'll be back
Gwendolyn the
first thing in the morning.
So if I
I don't need rest.
stuck an
I'm
arrow in
as
his
fly
eye
as
instead.
I've ever been. Though I
If you stuck an
wouldn't mind
arrow
a slice
in
of
his eye
magic
instead,
fruit.
that's the brave route. So she would have been Gwendolyn the Brave.
And then if I had done the bell would have been wise or something.
Indeed. Smarter pants.
I mean, I'm so smart. I'm so wise.
Yep, that was the one you didn't notice right away.
Well, it's
So you're
well,
brave, because you noticed that, and
Well-
then you're accidentally friendly.
Well, it was more of I was brave because the whole time I'm just like, you have an arrow in one eye, I can give you another.
You're like, I just want to
And then I was-
in the other eye, and then you didn't do it. It
And
was-
then I was just like, hey, look, there's a chain behind you. I should
Oh, and this
that's
is
it.
different too. Like how she deals with this is based on how she learned from her grandpa.
Gotcha.
See? When she heard the dragon roar, she just decided to set it free.
Well, hello, cousin.
Guard!
I'm glad you're finally here. He's been asking about you for days. I had to sit through the same story 5 times.
We got here as fast as we could, and I like Grandpa's stories, especially the ones with dragons.
Ah, yes, the legendary beast that he set free. I don't know if he forgets I've heard that story before or he doesn't care, but he loves telling it to anyone that will listen. I'm pretty sure I heard the nursemaids telling his same jokes in the hall.
Have you heard anything the doctors are saying?
Yes, doctors, wizards, magic elves. Grandfather is fine, Gwendolyn. They all say the same thing. He's just old. He still has a few good years left. Look, we're all excited that your family made the trip, but there's no need to worry. You should get some rest. I'm sure you're scheduled for a full morning of Grandfather's hilarious ramblings.
Oh, I'm also scheduled for the tournament tomorrow.
Ah, yes, the fencing tournament. You'll love it. I'm, of course, favored to win, and will make sure you have the very best seat to view my victory. The courtyard will be filled with important people and delicious hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, I'm actually competing in the tournament.
I had no idea we were hosting a junior tournament. That's incredible. In that case, I will gladly be there to cheer you on and eat delectable appetizers.
Nope, no junior tournament. I'll be squaring off against you.
I see.
Where are you going, kid?
Well, perhaps this is the time to stop listening to stories and finally make some of your own. Good night, Gwendolyn. Sleep well.
Yes, yes, Mama. Attacked her.
Stole the glasses. Here you go.
Come in, Gwendolyn. You can set those on the nightstand.
Let's go.
Grandma said to take 3 spoonfuls of each.
I'll get to those. No need to fuss over me. Now let's talk about far more important issues, like the fencing tournament. I hear you're competing.
I'm trying to read the
I
story.
signed up, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Nonsense. If it's Scott you're worried about, he's
wants
no
something
bother.
over here, babe.
After all,
I don't know
I
what he
learned
wants,
that
the
you
light.
entered after he complained
But just
about
be
it
careful
all
'cause it's made
morning.
paper.
Threatened, I'm guessing.
You might just want to touch
There
it.
are many ways to win a duel.
Oh,
I, for
careful,
one,
baby.
have always been fond of...
He's gonna let you touch it, Augustine. Don't throw a fit.
Nice.
Be nice to my dusty lamp. Oh, let's see. I wasn't listening.
Oh,
Treat
it's a little
my
obvious.
opponents with
Yeah.
respect.
You chose how you
Surprised what
deal
opens up
with
to you.
situations.
A lovely fellow once told me the fastest way to anyone's heart is through their stomach. Speaking of, that reminds me of a story. One I know you haven't heard before.